Hi guys, so I thought I'd do a video on Amazon, working for Amazon, self-employed for Amazon. Wrote down some positives and negatives. Positives, money. Good money to an extent, depending on how quick you work. 120 quid a day seems to be the norm, 115 to 120 a day. And if you do it in 6 hours, which I was doing, then that's pretty good money. Where you get up at, about 7, load up, start delivering probably about between 9 and 10, finish about 4, so yeah, not too bad. The hours can be good. At first for me they were terrible, finishing really late and that, so that wasn't great. I finished about 9:30 on the first week and 5-6 o'clock, which is okay. Some of the guys that worked in the agency I worked with were finishing even 3 months in, like late, man, like 6 o'clock. So getting in about 7-8 o'clock. So that's no good. It's an easy job, easy to pick up. Seems a bit baffling at first when you go in there, but yeah, it's pretty simple really. It's just get to the depot, make sure you got all your high vis and all your safety equipment. Get your scanner, your phone, your Dora, whatever you're using, take it in, use it to scan and load up your van. Really, that's basically it. You're your own boss, so you have to deal with the shit in the morning to an extent, with the people, the jobs worths at Amazon depots. You think they have some sort of authority when they don't. But as soon as you leave there, you're your own boss, so judging that you do alright at the job and you don't get any hassle off your POCs, then yeah, it's pretty good really in that sense, if you don't like working with people anyway. Okay, so there wasn't actually that many positive, it was more negative. So, negative, wear and tear on the van. Now, tyres, brakes, all that kind of stuff is going to go a lot quicker obviously because you're doing a lot more miles. You're pretty much doing 500 to 800 miles a week, so tyres will be required more often. Depending on where you're driving, I was driving in Hereford, so it was really sort of doing my van over. So I had to have a new wheel bearing, new brakes. I kept getting punctures. It was a nightmare. It was driving me insane at one point. But you know, if you're working in the built-up areas, so I was working in Cheltenham, I suppose Worcester, Birmingham, in terms of Midlands, then you're not going to get as much of that. You still get potholes and stuff, obviously. For the guys who don't pick it up so quick, too much work, too little time, or over Christmas, it can be absolutely crazy. Too many drops, too many parcels. One day, the most I had, guys had more than me, but the most I had was 176 drops, so you stop that many times, 280 parcels. So, yeah, it's a bit much really. I did finish about 5:30 that day, which ain't bad. But some of the guys were getting up to 200 drops, so that's obviously a lot, man. Probably up to 300 parcels. The stress of the job, so you know, you're always thinking, how many have I done? When will I finish? You know, I just got on with it, to be honest. I didn't like to keep looking at my device to see how many I'd done. Do it at lunchtime, halfway through the day, and that would be it. See where I was at and stuff. I found that I was quicker when I wasn't looking, so you can be dropped last minute. So, you know, for instance, with the agency I was with, Red Express Delivery, based in Tewkesbury, I'm not with anymore. You can be dropped, obviously, last minute. So they would tell us the day before, you know, yeah, you're working, yeah, you're not. But most of the time, in fairness to them and probably Amazon, you did have work pretty much all the time. Okay, next one, unpaid holidays. So you're self-employed, so unpaid holidays, unfortunately, is part of it. But with most of these agencies for Amazon, that you have to work 2 to 5 weeks in hand. So if you had a week or two off, you would get paid for that. Obviously, those weeks in hand would come back to you. Too many hours. Some of the guys were doing obviously way too many hours. The people in the depot were probably doing too many hours and not enough breaks. Fuel costs. Now the fuel costs, my example for that would be I was basically doing, say, £100–120 a week in fuel, and they would give me 19p per mile, which worked out about the miles I was doing, which was over 500, about 80 quid. So you're paying, I don't know, you're paying, say, 30%, 40 quid, up to 40 quid. I wouldn't say you'd pay any more than that. So it's not too bad, really. But it is, I still put it as a negative, because it'd be nice if you didn't have to pay anything, wouldn't it? It's all about rates, winning, money, and humanity has gone from Amazon. Amazon, they're tax dodgers. They don't care about their staff. They don't really employ that much now. They're doing what all these people do. Virgin, they're the same. I work with them. Self-employed, but you're employed. It's like you're meant to be self-employed, but you're not, are you? Because the way they have you, they hold you down. You have to stick to these rules. You have to do this. You have to do that. For instance, Red, the company I work for, through Amazon and all these other agencies or whatever, have to sign up to Securitax, or you have to VAT register now. Why? We're not earning £80,000 and we're not employed by you, so why? Dodgy stuff going on there. For months after Christmas, funny how after Christmas, the busiest time of the year, they do anything to get rid of people. And what I mean is, they were checking people's vans for doors that were nicked. Fair enough, some of them probably were, but no one was caught. Keychains on your keys for your van. If you didn't have that, they'd try and get rid of you. Any excuse to get rid of people, basically, because they obviously had too many after Christmas. And rather than do that, I'd rather just somebody have the bottle to fucking go, yeah, see you later, rather than do all that crap. ACW gardening, that's coming back. I'm starting my own van stuff as well. Yeah, concessions, Amazon. Concessions at Amazon. I did have concessions quite a bit. Them being parcels lost, you leave it on their doorstep, stuff like that. But to be honest, I never just. I mean, I did do the odd few, and all the drivers that work for Amazon will do that. Whether they admit it or not, they do. But I didn't know a couple of these little things. I wasn't retrained. They basically said to me, if you have high concessions at Amazon, like say 2-3 a week, some people were having up to 6 a week, and I was never that bad. Probably 4 in a week was my worst. When I started mainly, but the last few weeks I had there, probably 2 a week. Basically, if you get high concessions, Amazon meant to deactivate you so you can't work, and the agency you work for are meant to retrain you. However, I was not retrained. I was told, watch what you're doing, you are being watched, blah blah blah. Now, surely they should have just said, sorry, you've got to be retrained, and I would have took that, rather than me kind of getting kicked out because I wasn't retrained and given a chance. Now, that wasn't irritating, but doesn't mean I can't go and work somewhere else, which I probably am going to for a bit. Again, they would rather get their money, these agencies, Amazon, than, you know, treat me humanely and keep me in a job. So that's fine. We live and learn. But I will be going down and investigating, seeing if the agency are actually being, you know, telling the truth about that, and then I can find out, and then I can carry on working at that depot. But generally speaking, you know, it's not a bad job, but it's not something for me that I'd want to do forever. And it's not a full-term job, is it? And being self-employed, you probably can get dropped and left with no job. That's the issue. And if the manager's got it in for you as well, like he did for me, because I had a voice and I wasn't, you know, a sheep following, kissing, but then I don't know, some people like to kiss their ass the way to the top, but that's not my style. Never has been and never will be. But yeah, so generally Amazon, yeah, it's okay. Self-employed, the money's pretty good, can't knock the money. But in the peak times, Christmas, summer, maybe Easter, generally Christmas is the worst, but like those times, it's pretty hard work, slave labour, man. It's what you do. Yeah, that's it really. I would say go for you know, a proper job. But if you need a job, you can't work with people like me. In a way, well, I can, but if you if you just like to be your own boss and want an easy job, then it is for you. So yeah, that's it really. Thank you.